And hello, Internet. We are now recording for episode 100 of Enter the Dungeon, a brotherly podcast. Who wants to give the
Let's
recap of what happened last time?
Not it. I'm gonna have food.
Nose goes.
Andreas, looks like it's up to you.
Joke's on you. I had my thinking face on and had my hand on my nose before you even called nose goes.
Oh, dang. So it's you, Michael.
Disqualified for cheating, then. You have to... Come on, Andreas, you were here.
I was here and barely here mentally right now.
Do you at least remember what last session?
We met a new chef. That was about what I remember.
Do you remember how old he is?
A child.
Correct. And then we fought a guy on a horse that was made. No, we fought a sack of flour. On a
Oh,
flaming
that's right.
horse.
We started heading off towards our next stop and stumbled across a headless horseman in the dark of the night. Is that even no, it was a burlap man on a flaming horse. That's what it was.
Bingo.
Yes.
There it is.
And we kicked him in. And I think that was the session.
Yeah. After we did that. No, wait. We did something. You said something about a wizard, and then you left you left something out. True.
Technically, Michael brought up the wizard.
Oh, my bad. Michael brought up a wizard.
Yeah, for some reason he thinks that, the flower man is connected to a wizard. I mean, surely just, sentient bags of flour occur naturally, right?
Of course.
God, you would be so loud.
Yeah, are you pouring water up from a faucet?
I was. I'm good now. That's my bad.
Oh, okay, you guys left off at a campfire that I guess... No, wait, not a campfire. You guys were about to cross a bridge
Yes.
that Gerald's quick thinking was able to extinguish.
Okay. Wait, hold on. I forgot what happened. Where were we going?
You guys are heading to Minolt Town. That's the new goblin town that Fitch and Earthmover invested a bunch of money in.
Okay.
And also apparently it's where Bobby Ramsey is traveling to because you wanted to challenge him.
Wait. Bobby Ramsey?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, okay. I thought that was the first.
The greatest chef in the
Oh,
area.
yes, okay. Yes.
Yes, isn't that such an original name I came up with?
It's quite pleasant. Okay. So are we just after that? So you said it was dusk, right? Or it was all nighttime when we were fighting the guy. So it's probably night right now. Okay.
Yes. So if you want, we can kind of wrap that up and then probably jump forward to the next town. Nothing much of consequence is going to happen while you travel, probably, unless you want something to happen.
Probably. I'm fine with that.
Yeah, cool.
I say what?
We chose to kill you,
Oh.
Chris.
Alright, gotta make a new character.
Yeah, they're giving you as an offering to the bush gods.
Say what again?
Mm.
To the bushes.
I'm about to
You're being
kill this
offered.
bush god. I'm about to kill this god.
Well, yeah, it's actually a trap for them. They're just sending your spirit to the next world in order to take him out.
All right, let's get
Alright, so where are
let's
we?
get to sleeping. Or wait,
Okay.
no, to moving at night. Whatever.
So yeah, if you want, we can fast forward to the next day, and you guys are able to finish up traveling to Minolt Town.
Mm-hmm.
That's fine.
So yeah, Bitch and Earthmover finally, after several weeks, are able to return back there. And as you approach and begin to walk through the town, it seems to be in a lot better condition than when you last left it. There are actually a few new structures set up where ruins had previously stood. And you hear the sound of music coming from the town square.
Question.
Yes.
Do we see the giant dragon?
No, not yet.
Dang it. I thought he already built a giant pedestal for himself. Oh well, you missed that opportunity.
Off the books here. What? What? It's a dragon?
Oh, yeah, there's a dragon that lives here.
You'll see Mr. Flay.
Okay. I like. Oh, I know. So you don't see it. So never mind. Okay. I like. Ask if I can ride on G Money's shoulders. That would be cool. Because whoever's the biggest, Michael's the biggest, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay, then yeah, I still go on Michael's shoulders.
In my head, I'm just imagining Gordon trying to climb on top of me, and Gail Batista shoves a little child.
What do you say? I can't hear you.
Who shoves a child?
Oh.
I shoved you before you approach me.
Okay. Oh, I would ask. No, I asked, hey, can I get his shoulders? That's not. I don't just train it on there.
He shoves you nonetheless.
Can I?
Either way, we're walking in town.
Yeah.
Kind of. Okay.
Yes.
What do we see as we're walking towards the center? I'm assuming that's where we're going.
Yeah, so it's in, cleaner condition. There actually just there's a few people milling about. Some of them wave at you.
They wave and they don't recognize us.
Actually, one of them takes a moment, like you see him pointing a finger between first Stitch, then Earthmover, and then he's like, "Oh, are you the one known as Vitch? Are you Vitch?"
How dare they mispronounce the name? What in the world? I look at him in a little bit of confusion. I'm not Vitch. Sorry.
Wait, hold on. What? Oh,
with a V. With a V.
Oh, it's Batch. Like V-I-T-C-H.
Yeah.
Oh, Vitch. Oh, I thought it was T. Oh my goodness.
No.
Oh, okay. Oh wait. Okay, I'm so confused right now.
Someone's calling him by the wrong name.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha. Okay. So his real name starts with a T, right?
Yes, and the large one. That's the mover of Earth.
Nope, he's not the mover of Earth.
I am Earth Mover.
Ah, that was an Earth Mover. So, where's your associate Stitch?
We don't have
This is Fitch.
Ah, is he the one that killed all the evil bushes?
I hope I have a slight religion that really sacrifices bushes to me. I want to expect that.
I hide behind.
I mean, if you want, you can start that, but what do you mean sacrifice bushes? They just
I require a shrubbery.
Exactly.
That was good.
In that manner, exactly.
Wait, do you request a shrubbery from this random guy?
A shrubbery.
So actually, you know what? I kind of do now. In this case, hey, you. I require a shrubbery.
You want us to find you a shrubbery and bring it here?
Bring it to me, yes.
Otherwise,
okay. I shall knee.
I don't understand. Are you putting a curse on me?
Knee. I keep saying knee. Knee.
I hide behind G Money's leg.
The other guy says to him, I'm sure they have a plan. This might be a weird adventure thing. Let's just go find them And okay, they go off to go procure your shrubbery.
Anyway, just continue walking. We just leave them.
Blue flower, red thorn.
They,
Blue flower, red thorn.
they have to find us if they want to give us that shrubbery. We keep walking.
Yeah, it's like the end of the campaign or like the final boss, and like they just show up out of nowhere. Like, we found your shrubbery.
Yeah, but yeah, like I mentioned, there's music coming from the town center, or there's also the castle you can go to, or you could try to check in on the dragon.
Question: do I recognize this music, or does Billy Queen recognize this music?
Tell you what.
Billy Queen.
Yeah, make a history check. Yeah, too bad there's not like a culture check.
I guess you could make that, kind of like as a side thing.
You got a 3?
Nope.
Okay, yeah, you don't recognize this piece. But yeah, I suppose, you guys are able to, and we get to approach the town square, and you actually do notice that the dragon is here.
Oh boy.
Yeah, the dragon's sort of in the middle of the square, and there's vendors set up around the outside. They seem to be selling food and trinkets, and there's a band playing music.
What, is there a dragon tax too?
Possibly. And the dragon calls out in a firm voice, "Ah! Fitch, Earthmover, and Gerald return."
In common or in...
In common.
Okay.
Has Gerald ever been here?
Yes, he's been here a total of once.
Okay,
Wow.
hey, I jump out in front of all 3 of them and say, and... Wait, very good. When did Gerald come here?
One time. Oh,
I don't even remember that.
well back.
No, you barely did, but you...
No, I guess he was here because he was here when we got the Orcish Ale, when we initially made our investment here.
Mm-hmm.
Well, those were kind of separate occurrences. He was there when you and Ditch tried to basically outbid each other to give more money to the town.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was so.
Oh, yeah, that's right. No, the Orc Ale was...
The first time we got there.
Yeah, that was when we were trying to convince them that we were on their side.
Yep.
So I was kind of like behind, or like, I was like kind of like right behind G Money's leg. So when I hear like this voice that I can't see because I'm behind his leg, and he forgets my name, I jump out of all 3 and I say, "Hey, don't forget me, Gordon Ramsay." No. What's my name again? It's not Gordon Ramsay.
Gordon Flay.
Gordon Flay. Yeah, and then like in the middle of saying my name, I like see the dragon, and I like almost shit myself.
This one has moxie.
I say thank you in a very curious, suspicious way.
And rounding up from the other side of the dragon is the bugbear that I suppose Stitch and Earthmover can recognize as being King Kroll, who was sort of in charge around here when you last came.
Oh wait, that bugbear.
Ah, yes, the investors return. You've actually picked quite a day for it. We're having a festival.
Hey.
What for?
Well, it's to mark all of the progress that we've achieved, and also because some dignitaries and important figures from nearby towns have decided to come, and since they were planning to come around the same time anyway, we decided to consolidate it. Including this remarkable gentleman, and he gestures over to a man who comes over. He's wearing an apron over very fine clothing, and he says, "Oh yes, hello there. Yes, it is I. I am the remarkable Bobby Ramsey. I'm sure you've all heard of me."
I look at
Carol like bursts out in excitement, and it's like, "Oh my gosh, you're Bobby Ramsey!" And goes up to shake his
I'm gonna
hand.
lean down
Ah, yes. Nice
Isn't
to
that
meet.
the guy
Nice to
that
meet a
like
fan.
made your mom kill herself or whatever?
I-
Whatever the story ended up being, I don't know if that's what we stuck with.
Okay. I walk up to
and-
this. It's a fully grown
wait.
man, right?
Um,
Oh, wait, sorry.
wait, before that, Geralt was like, I know you're the best cook in the land.
Ah, yes. Nice to
So-
see that I'm.
I walk up.
Nice to meet a fan. Nice to meet you. What's your name?
Geralt
Is that a Gerald or
Gaisro.
me?
Interruption?
Oh my god.
Remember that name.
Any interruptions?
Not yet.
He looks at you for a moment and says, You know, I think I might have heard of you before.
Really? Where?
Yes. Huh.
From
Oh,
what?
just in connection with the stone movers.
Oh, okay. Okay. That's good.
And that you're a war criminal.
While this
No.
conversation is going on, I'm like thinking. Oh, while this conversation is going on, I'm thinking that how like my mom killed herself, and like I'm going through all the dark memories, and I'm just looking down. Okay.
Yes. Do you go up to him at all, or are you just hanging back with Worm?
I walk up to him, and like so he's a full-grown adult. So I walk up to him, I pull a knife on him, and it's like almost at his neck, but like my arm's like outreached, so like my arm doesn't like reach his neck, and I say, I'm gonna beat you.
Okay, at this point, like a few town guardsmen actually step forward and they begin to draw weapons on you.
And I say, cook off, high noon, and like stare at him like a squint, and I slowly pull out my knife, put it in my pocket.
Ah, gentlemen, this man means to do me no harm. He's just challenging me. Well,
I
son,
spit on
you
his
think
shoes.
you have what it takes.
I spit on his shoes.
Oh boy.
And he looks down at you and says, "Oh, I am so going to make you regret this."
Watch me.
And in a much firmer voice so that the rest of the crowd can hear, "Well, isn't this nice, everyone? Here, tell. How would you tell the crowd your name?"
Oh god, this is gonna be bad. What should I say? Gordon Flay.
Ah, yes. The young Mr. Flay has challenged me. Well, I'm sure that we can all commend his remarkable spirit. Yes, join us all soon for our cook-off,
It's insane.
where there will be a wonderful feast prepared by me, and I'm sure that the young lad here can... Oh. Well, he'll be there too.
I don't even look at him anymore. Like I'm looking like I have. Like I am no longer acknowledging this world class.
This buffoon.
Correct.
Okay. So, we gotta do the cook-off. So, what's your plan exactly?
I immediately start to have a panic attack, and I'm like, "Holy shit! What did I just do? Oh my god, this is insane!" And I start to go insane. And then I ask if one of you three can slap me.
Who do you want to slap you? The big two guys or the smaller monk?
Geralt immediately walks up.
I can't. So I breathe and say, "Thank you, Giovanni. I did that."
Okay. Geralt's now gonna use all the force that he can. So
Wait, are you making this an actual attack?
yes.
Okay, make an
Wait,
attack
what?
roll.
Wait, hold on. What? What just happened?
He's been wanting to do this all day, apparently.
I don't know. Does 15 beat your armor class?
I don't think it does.
So it's my AC is a 14. However, because I'm challenging him to a cook-off, off and I'm preparing my stuff, do I pull out my walk in time? Or no? Or is this still him slapping me?
Yeah, this is just the initial slap still.
Oh my god, yeah, that beats my armor class. Holy shit.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
So
How
it's
much do I
1
roll for?
plus your strength mod. That's a 5, right? 5 total damage?
No, it's a 4. Oh yeah, 5 total.
So, yeah, this child is just freaking out in the middle of the town square,
I'm at
and
41
Gerald just smacks him in the face hard enough to do real damage.
Knocks me out in the middle of the square.
It doesn't knock you out, but like,
What?
but like you definitely get like tossed across the ground.
Okay, so I look up and say, ow. and then I say, I'm mad at you for 2 things now. 1, that slap was a little aggressive, and I want to talk to you about that separate time when we have enough room, or have some alone time. 2, you know about Bobby Gordon? Or Bobby Ramsey?
Yeah. Oh,
I roll insight, because that sounded very confusing. Okay, have him roll persuasion or something.
Yeah, I'll roll frustration.
Yeah, wait, Michael, are you lying?
I am absolutely lying.
Okay, make a deception check.
Okay, I got a 13 plus.
Okay, that probably gets into
13 plus 4.
Wait, I have
17.
high wisdom.
Okay, and now Riley, you can make an insight check.
Okay. I got a 5. So, yeah.
Yeah, you believe him.
So I was like, damn, all right. I asked if, all right, no. Okay, I start to prepare my stuff.
Yeah, so we'll say it's about 9 in the morning now, and you challenged him to a 12 o'clock cook-off, so you've got 3 hours to prepare.
So I go walking into the forest alone to go and like hunt food.
You don't bring anyone with you?
No.
Do you tell them what you're doing at least?
I look at all of them. Yes, I say, I'll be back. Believe it. And then start to head into the forest.
Okay, so, I guess make a nature or survival check to try to attract some game.
So I do have a survival modifier, so.
Yeah, so survival's actually pretty good.
So it's a 12.
Okay, then that's going to be plus 6 for your survival.
Sorry, there's a plane going over my head. Hold on.
So yeah, with you are actually able to find some trash.
Okay, so then I start to stalk this, and so I recognize the track, right? As I'm gonna. So do I recognize the
you're
track,
not completely sure what they are, but they seem to be for a large animal.
For a large animal? Okay. I pull out my 2 axes just in case. Like I have 2 hand axes, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I pull them out, and then I proceed to stalk.
Okay. And after a little while, you're able to make it to a watering source where there seems to be a boar drinking.
Oh, fuck yeah. I get up. Okay, so I put the 2 hand axes away, and I pull out my longbow.
Okay.
And I'm gonna take a shot at him.
Okay, make an attack roll with advantage.
With advantage?
Yeah, since it's distracted by
sweet.
drinking. Oh, also, how close are you getting? First of all.
So how close do I see it when I first see it? Because you said I go up to like a watering area.
Yeah,
like a water,
probably able to round a bend, and it's about 40 feet away from you.
Oh, then I'll just stay where I am. Okay. Rolls. Got a 13.
Okay, a 13's a hit. Roll damage.
What? Oh wait, what's the damage for the longbow?
The longbow is 1d8.
Oh, okay. 3 damage.
And add your dexterity modifier.
Which is...
On your character sheet, look under
+3.
Yeah, I don't... +3? Okay, so 6.
Okay, and you do get 2 attacks.
Okay, then, I'll... Do you think, like, can I shoot 2 arrows and then have it not be, like, phased or anything?
Well, you get, as a fighter, you get 2 attacks per turn.
Okay,
so.
then, yeah, I'll, share. Do I still have advantage?
Okay.
No, do I still have
It seems to have noticed you, so not anymore.
Alright. 12?
A 12, yeah, that's a hit.
Okay. And then +3,
Yes.
right? For the dexterity?
Yeah. Say that again.
I got a 4.
Oh, okay.
That's 4 damage.
So, yeah, this boar is now going to turn around and charge at you.
Okay, so can I, as a reaction, pull out my 2 hand axes, or no?
No. But
No, okay.
it won't, but next turn you can pull those out easily. Okay,
Okay.
so then...
Like, that wouldn't be an action.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's going to charge at you. Okay. It missed. Yeah, it was just charging blindly at you, but accidentally, hit itself against a tree and just sort of stopped moving right in front of you.
Okay.
But it is like...
So, just
snarling
make it,
at
I'm
you.
gonna... So, how close is it to me, then? Is it, like...
It's right in front of you now.
Okay, so then I'll take out my longsword and take a
Okay.
jab.
Okay, well, importantly, where are you aiming on it?
Let's go the neck.
Okay. Make an attack roll.
I got a 25.
You rolled?
Yeah, I got a 25. on
Yeah,
attack roll.
25 hits.
Sweet. Okay, and then that one is 1d8 plus what?
That's... Well, are you holding it one-handed or two-handed?
2-handed.
In that case, it's 1d10 plus 3.
Okay. Hold on here. D10 is this guy. Plus 3?
Yes.
6.
And so this thing, it's like barely holding on, but you do get another attack.
Okay. Ooh. 13.
13 is a hit, and since your minimum damage would kill it, you bring your sword down, I guess, at its neck and just starts bleeding out everywhere as it's dying.
I whisper into it.
Wait, so you want to take care of that here in the middle of the woods?
What?
You really want to...
Say it again?
Wait, so what do you want to do with this cadaver?
So, I'm going to take one of its teeth out and put it on a chain around my neck.
Nice.
Secondly, I'm going to just put it over my shoulder like a log, like a lumberjack does to a log, and then walk straight back to the guys. Or walk right out of the woods and, back into the square, with this dead animal on my shoulder.
Okay, Worm, G-Money, and Mr. T. Gordon disappeared for a few minutes and now came back holding just a full-on giant boar over his shoulders.
It's
Just
like
as
the
casually
size
as
of-
someone picking up pork chops from a grocery store.
That makes sense.
And as a
Jarvis
reminder,
gets
he's
these.
still the 12-year-old. Just like,
Okay,
hey
I
guys,
roll.
check out this food I found.
I don't even say a word.
It was
look at
free.
them- I look at them and I say, I need your help.
With what?
I need you guys to go get like spices and like herbs. I look at T specifically and say, white
Collection
wine
mission.
for cooking, and I'll help you.
Wait, what do you need from me?
I need like wine. White wine.
Specifically, what kind of wine? Orchid white wine, black, giant wine.
Wait, you still have that bottle of Belgian?
I say,
Yes, I do. I got 2 of those.
If there was ever a
I
time to
sigh.
use it.
I sigh with relief and say, I love you guys.
So who else wants to?
Or I also got a wine bottle from hell.
Oh my god. Oh, that way I can poison them and kill them?
Oh no! No, it's still good. It's like
Okay.
what a vampire would drink.
Blackberry flavors.
Okay.
Actually, I would.
So-
That's sad. That kind of is accurate.
Will you guys help me?
Of course, anything for alcohol.
That's not the message to teach a 12-year-old.
So, what does Earthmover want to contribute to the
Yep.
Great Cook-Off?
I'll go find some rock salt, I guess. I don't.
That
Well,
would help.
You could try making some with the Earth Gem.
I could literally just extra planar rock salt.
That sounds like. Do you only get a limited use? Like, what is that?
Yeah, tell you what, I would let you expend charges of the gem to basically make a magic check to try to produce some salt.
Mr. DM, my dear.
But like special salt. Like extra
Dude, like
planar,
extra
direct from
nice
the
salt.
the elemental planes.
I'm talking sodium
salt.
chloride.
We
Wait,
don't
wait, wait.
eat
What if you and Gerald work together and make
straight-
sea salt?
Sea salt? Oh my god. First
It's coming together so well.
water and salt.
2
Down
planes.
for that.
You have an entire plane that is water, and then you take the idea of like rock salt in general. 2 planes coming together. Sea rock salt.
Question.
It's like if the Himalayas was underwater.
Oh god. Question, Mr. DM.
Yes.
Am I allowed to use the Thanatos gem to kind of speed up the wine process? You know, since it's kind of like death, but it's making it older.
That's an interesting idea.
I would think
Honestly, that would
fermenting
make
be
more sense
light.
if you were like cultivating dairy.
I mean, I'm basically
The
letting
only
it rot a
difference-
little bit.
It's fermentation. The only difference is that you get better alcohol with anaerobic fermentation. Is that? I think that's true.
Yes,
I think that-
that's what.
I think the only difference is you seal it to do it better.
Yes, you do.
So yeah,
Because you can find
So-
videos of animals getting drunk off of wild fruit that's been fermenting in a field somewhere.
Okay, so that would work. Okay, so yeah, you guys are, I guess, coming together to use the planar gems to make a feast. This is
Sweet.
responsible.
Feast of the planar gems. Who else can have such a better feast?
What am I?
Oh yeah,
Easy.
meanwhile, the other guy, he's like he's got like this elaborate setup, and it seems to be at least somewhat magical. Like there's onions chopping themselves, and
Oh, so it's like verbatim, like the SpongeBob episode where like SpongeBob's cooking over a campfire and King Neptune's like cooking like all of the Krabby Patties.
yeah. Oh my god, that works
That's
so
exactly
well.
what what I was thinking. Good. So since I got the entire boar in a couple of minutes, I spend the rest of the day preparing it, like cleaning it, and like getting ready to take this good chef down.
So, since you're proficient in cooking utensils, I'm basically gonna have you make a series of special cooking checks. Basically, that's going to be dexterity based, and you can add your proficiency to it. So you can make one of those while you're, I guess, like skinning the pork.
Okay. So just tell me how many and when to make them.
Yeah. So go ahead and take care of one of those now. And so Fitch, what exactly are you using the gem for? Like, I get the general idea that you're trying to make more booze, but like.
Well, I'm thinking of gathering specific fruit and turning that into a wine.
Oh, okay.
So like something that'll complement the meat as well as whatever he's making.
That
okay,
works
so
perfectly.
Yeah, you want to go forage for fruits or no? You could probably buy some from the local stands if you want.
Yeah, that's what I might do.
Okay. Yeah. So there's some people selling apples and berries.
I look over to G Money and I hand him 2 gold pieces and I say, "Hey man, can you give me some spices? Don't spend it all in one place."
I'll buy you spices if you stop calling me G Money.
You got it, G man.
Okay.
Sorry, Gerald.
Gerald will buy you spices.
Okay.
So before everybody goes, to say, "Hey guys, can we get a huddle really quick?" And I kind of like force you guys to get really close, like very awkwardly close. And I say, "Look, we're gonna get together. You guys are gonna give me stuff so I can beat this guy, and it's gonna be amazing. Hands in, and like as if to like I look at you like, come on, put your hands in the middle.
Is anyone going for it?
No, Gerald is not.
Okay, perfect.
Gerald's gonna just stand there with his arms crossed.
So being the only person with a hand in the middle, I go, "All right, team on 3. 1, 2, 3, team," and I'm the only person to say it. And then y'all just kind of like look at me. I'm assuming because you probably like, "What the fuck is this kid doing?" So I'm like, "All right, that means you guys can go now and help and go get your stuff."
So I assume Gerald's going to like a general goods store or something to buy seasons.
He's going to Whole Foods. He's going to Whole Foods.
Okay.
I'm sure there's like a spice because it's a festival, right? Probably like a spice stand somewhere.
Yeah, but remember, this is still like a relatively small town, so I don't know if they would have like a dedicated spice store. But you could definitely go to the general shop for that.
Okay. General shop chicken.
Yep.
So I start preparing food. You said you wanted me to make a dexterity check, you said?
Yeah, a dexterity check with proficiency.
Okay. And then, what does with proficiency mean? Does that mean you just roll twice and you can take the higher? Or, no, that's advantage.
Yeah, so that means you can add your proficiency bonus of +3.
Okay.
So you'll be adding a 6 to this?
So I'll be adding a 6 to this?
Yes. 6 to
21.
So yeah, with a 21, you just like
dang, Michael.
With like a single-minded determination, just like carefully like remove, like the outer layer and just give it like the main flesh on the inside, just procuring like the better portions.
Yeah, like cutting out all the choice meats and stuff.
Yep.
So yeah, and I continue to prepare the meat.
Yeah. And okay, Chris, what kind of fruits do you want to buy?
Am I still? You guys can hear me? Okay.
Yeah.
I buy the various berries that are local to the area, as well as I'll take a little bit of spice, just not a lot, but enough to like a pinch of the local spices as well to make it give it a little taste. I go around buying those, and then after putting, how much do I buy? How much do I enough? I don't want to buy a lot. I probably just need like enough for a bottle.
Yeah,
So,
you don't need much.
probably. I don't know, Mr. DM. How many berries are local to the town of Minolt? Don't tell me you didn't already plan the berries.
So there are apples available, definitely. Those are about 1 gold per pound.
Mm-hmm.
And there are blueberries.
Okay.
Yes, those actually. Actually. So I assume you're speaking at like that you went to like a farmer's market type deal. Like there's like this guy who's like set up selling produce.
Okay.
Yes. You know, we're actually just getting started selling the blueberries. Those are a bit harder to grow in this area, but we're getting it. Those will be about 1.5 gold per pound.
All right. $1.50 per pound. It's a pound of blueberries. That's a lot. It's like a bag. Not a bag. Like this much.
That's still not a lot. Like, I mean, I'm not.
So, Drew, what I would
Yes.
know how much it would take, right?
Yes. Wait, for which one? Like,
Okay, so for like
how
the
much?
wine.
So, like, what
Comparison
exactly are you
to-
trying to make here?
So I was just using something so I could use it in what I was trying to make, like as like a base for like a saute or something, or like for like a I don't know. I was gonna use it while cooking, just to add some sort of flavor to the actual meat. I wasn't gonna do it as like a drink, but if we want to do, I could use some leftover if I wanted to do that as well.
Okay, so it looks like for 5 gallons of wine, you need about 10 pounds of berries. About 2 pounds per
I
gallon.
would say we only need about. In that case, you probably only need 3 pounds, which would work out pretty well. To 2 pounds per gallon? I don't need much more than like a bottle, which is
All right,
probably half a gallon.
I'll take a gallon. I want to try out my own alcohol as well.
Okay.
Bingo.
So
Yeah.
So you want 2 pounds of berries? Okay, that will be 3 gold. Yes. Thank you for supporting our farming business. And welcome back to town, Mr. Thitch.
He said your name
Thank
right.
you.
I think that's suspicious.
no. Thank you. You're the first one who's actually said my name correctly, other than the dragon.
Yeah, so though,
I
you know,
think
some weird rumors were spreading recently that you were supposedly a half-orc.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
Apparently, people don't know the difference between a halfling and a half-orc.
Yeah. Well, don't worry. I know who you are.
Thank you.
Okay, and is Earthmover up to anything?
I mean, planar gem stuff, I guess. I'm trying to get.
Well, if you want, you can maybe
sweet,
like make
sweet
the
salt.
make the cooking area just using your magic.
Oh yeah, I could just like set up like a. Now there's
Dude,
a
I
granite
get, like-
countertop and.
Like a
Yeah, tell you what,
like an LG
make an alchemy check.
range.
Yeah, I just spontaneously create an entire electric oven. Oh wow, that was terrible.
Oh, damn. Okay.
That's an 8. No, it's not. It's an 8.
If you want, you can expend a charge of the gem to take 12.
Is that as a roll or as a total?
Basically, if you expend a charge of the gem in place of your roll, you can get a 12. I think.
Yeah, that's what I was asking. In replacing the roll or the total. Yeah, I'll do that. So that brings it to an 18.
Nice. So,
Dude,
yeah, you just bring down like the crossing of the plains, and suddenly there's like this, flattened area that's cleared out for the cooking that has like some walls set up over it, and then there's also just a counter raises from the ground that goes up to that's just right at Gordon level.
Dude, I like peeing my pants in excitement.
Yeah.
Metaphorically.
Yeah. And the bugbear says, Earthmover, did you just make a campsite in the middle of town?
I just made a kitchen, yeah. There's a kitchen here now. I can get rid of it when I'm done.
We'll make it a tourist attraction, he whispers to you.
Oh my god.
Bro, ask for 10%.
Oh yeah, and so Gerald said he was going to buy spices.
Damn right he was, my little bitch.
Yes.
So yeah, I guess you go to the general store, and the man says to you, "So, what are you looking for?"
Where are your finest spices?
Finest spices. Well, we do recently to age.
In the meantime, since I already have the berries... Oh, sorry. Go.
Geralt goes up and says, "Can I get a sample of the saffron?"
Well, normally we don't just take it out for a sample, but you seem like quite the discerning customer. Just wait here a moment. And he goes into a and he turns around to the door behind him, opens it up, walks into the back room, and you actually see him like unlock a box.
Okay.
And he comes back with a container and to show you. See, this is our saffron.
Can I get a sample?
Well, we can't just give out samples of it, but feel free to look at it and inspect it if you must.
Well, you see, there's gonna be a cook-off today in the center of town, and I could put in a good word for your shop if you just give me a sample. I want to see what the saffron tastes like first.
I mean, surely you understand that we can't just give away a whole pound of saffron. It's very expensive.
Of course, I'm simply asking for a sample, like a tasting. I just want to taste it. What does it taste like?
Make a persuasion check.
Got 6.
Yeah, he's not going for it. Look, it costs 15 gold per pound. Would you like to buy it? If that's out of your price range, we do have other seasonings and spices.
Oh, okay. I'm thinking you understand me. What does it taste like?
Drew's looking up what saffron tastes like.
Yeah. I mean, give me a second. Well, it has a sweet floral-like taste to it.
Nice. What does it mean?
Do you know what spices would go well with some wild boar?
Well, let's see now. We are selling. Cloves could go well with that, as well as pepper.
Because that's the ones I don't
ginger.
want.
Wait, huh?
No, I'm kidding.
Ginger goes well with pork, I believe. And we always have plenty of salt.
Yes. I'll. How much? Can I like a?
Can I get a sample of pepper?
Can I like a mixed amount of like several spices? I have 1.5 gold to spend. Like, what would that get me?
Let's see now. For 1.5 gold, you could get half a pound of cloves, or you could get 1.5 pounds of ginger. You could get quite a lot of salt for that much. I suppose you could get 1/10 of a pound of saffron.
No, thank you. I don't need the saffron.
Did I tell you that you could use your own money as well, Gerald? Or no?
Yeah, don't think your budget is limited just based off of what Gordon gave you.
Oh, no. I'm not giving that kid any money.
I don't mind walking to the store for you, but I'm not spending my gold.
Bro, I'm paying you to go get my stuff for me.
Could I get...
Let me get a...
You said I can get a pound of garlic?
No, a pound of ginger.
Oh, ginger.
Yes.
Do you have any garlic?
Well, yes, we also do sell the garlic. Would you like some of that as well?
Yes, I think some garlic would be nice.
Well, that's
I
about
guess
1 silver per pound.
1 silver per pound?
Yes.
For garlic?
Yes.
Flips the table.
Not too cheap.
Yeah, I mean, a pound of garlic is that's a lot of garlic.
Yeah, you don't need a pound.
Oh wait, I'm thinking about onions. What am I saying?
Okay.
Oh, you garlic.
Can I get like how much would like 10 cloves of garlic cost?
Ah, yes, that will cost you 1 silver.
1 silver?
Yes.
Okay. I'll get 10 cloves of garlic. A pound of salt.
Do you know that? Wait, hold on. Earth Mover, did you get salt or just the actual like kitchen? Because I thought somebody said they were trying to conjure salt.
Oh yeah, we said we were gonna try to put our gems together to summon the salt gods.
I thought Andreas was the god of saltiness.
Also,
And not an in-game entity.
Also, in the meantime, as soon as I bought those berries, I immediately go to trying to ferment them.
Okay, but first, just to finalize, what is Gerald buying?
Do you have any cumin?
Cumin. No. But we do sell cloves.
Well, paprika.
We sell pepper.
Michael also is looking up different names of spices.
What?
We sell ginger.
Yes, I know you have ginger. Okay. Do you have some? Do you have some peppers? Or would that be a farmer's market pepper?
Yes, I think that you'd want to go to the farmer's market.
Go to Whole Foods.
Do you have some sugar? Some preferably brown sugar.
Did you look up a recipe or something?
Shoot.
Yeah, I really wish this wasn't so. Yes, we do have sugar. How much of it do you need?
Give me a pound of that too.
I think it'd take a roll.
Also, in the meantime, this is all happening. I go to trying to ferment the berries. Is that okay?
The berries?
Sure, I'll have you roll for that in a moment. But so you need a pound of sugar and 10 cloves of.
Give me some of those cloves too.
Okay then. And you also want a pound of cloves.
Yeah. Give me a pound of those. What other
And
spices do you
for
have
you,
here?
and your total comes to 5 gold and 1 silver.
What put the prices up so much?
3 gold for the cloves and 2 gold for the sugar.
2 gold for the sugar.
Offer to sleep with the
sugar. Okay. Well.
Offer to
You don't
sleep
exactly
with them,
grow
so you get a
sugar
discount.
in town.
That is true. That's true.
Here, how about you
Not
trade him
production.
a bar of magical metal? One of those ingots. Just go to this random store owner.
Oh yeah, let me just give you this ingot that's worth a lot more than anything you have in the shop. I can probably buy your shop with all that gold. I'm not gonna lie.
And you're
No.
complaining about 5.5 gold.
That's not important.
5.5.
He probably doesn't need that much sugar. Probably a fourth of sugar. And you said the cloves were 3?
Yes.
So we're at 6 silver right now, right?
Well, no, it's 3 for the cloves, 2 for the sugar, and then 1 silver for the garlic.
Yes, and I said I want a quarter pound of sugar.
Oh, in that case, it's only going to be half a gold. So that's going to bring you to 3.6 gold.
Yes. So, 6. Okay. I'm really bad with math because I haven't done it in years. What do I have to do?
Are you talking as Michael?
Okay, so
Both.
are you going to...
Can I get half of that?
Just say the number that you want to spend, and then he'll tell you whatever it comes
Oh
out to.
yeah, you're right.
That's the few, the proud, the Marine.
Can I get 9 silver worth of cloves?
9 silver.
It's the most expensive item. What? You only want 9 silver worth of clothes.
Yes. How much is that?
Can we at least say 10 silver to make the math easy?
No, because then I'll be over my budget.
No, I gave you 2. Gold too. And I wasn't even
Oh, you gave me 1.5.
the budget. I just gave you that No, I gave you 2 gold pieces, and that wasn't
Gold then.
your budget. That was just being like
I'll just stick with
back to the original.
You can get 1.5 pounds of the cloves, a quarter pound of the sugar, and that would put you at exactly 2 gold.
All right, that works. Give me more sugar.
Wait, sorry, half a pound of cloves, quarter pound of sugar.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, that works.
And this
Just
man
call it
gets
2
this all
gold?
prepared for you.
Alrighty.
Thank you for your business today.
No problem.
Okay, so Thitch, I guess, is mashing berries with a death rock.
Yes, I am.
So, like, you just have them all together and you're just channeling your magic through it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just like focusing.
Okay, roll plus your... Okay, so expend a charge of the gem and roll plus your spellcasting modifier.
Say that one more time.
So expend a charge of the gem and roll plus your spellcasting modifier.
Okay. Natural 16 plus spellcasting modifier, which
22.
is what? An intelligence?
22. Oh no, it's charisma based. 3 plus
based?
3.
Okay, so
Yeah.
2 plus 3 is 21, yeah.
So yeah, you've just got like all these berries together to start waving rock over and just like they're just rapidly going through the process of fermentation. It's actually kind of weird to experience in sped up like this. You have no idea what the result's going to be, and it seems like it's going to take a little while for it to settle down.
How long do you think? Like,
wait, did you put this in a sealed container?
I tried at least.
I mean, because you probably have like an empty wine bottle or
I
whatever.
do have an empty wine bottle. Actually, I think I have 3.
Yeah. So yeah, just imagine you just put that together, shake it up, whatever, touch the rock, and you're just like, okay, I'll check back in an hour.
Do you want me to check?
Say that again?
Well,
Okay, so actually, I presume that at this point Joe comes back with the sugar and cloves.
Yeah.
So how do you plan out
Geralt forgot something. He goes back and peeks his head and says, "Do you happen to have anything that causes gastric issues,
distress,
distress, some
poopy time?"
Yes.
Are you asking for poison?
Yes.
What makes you think that we sell poison here? And he winks at you.
Oh, I'm not saying poison.
He means like a laxative.
Or something that like would cause harm to someone if they happen to ingest it.
You mean like rotted food?
No, something that isn't necessarily noticeable by the common food enjoyer, life enjoyer, because I'm assuming most people like food.
Life enjoyer. Wow.
Well, no, we don't quite have anything like that here.
You don't have anything. Isn't this you guys? This is like a general shop, right? You guys don't have anything that's could cause problems for someone if they ingested it.
I mean, there's a lot of stuff here I don't recommend eating. Like, we sell lamp oil.
You think lamp oil is has a certain taste to it that is very noticeable.
No, my point is that we sell dangerous stuff here that you shouldn't necessarily consume.
Okay.
That doesn't necessarily mean that we have your weird poisons.
I hate this place, and Geralt runs out.
Okay.
Makes his way back to Earthmover so we can make the stuff.
So, like, how exactly do you plan on cooking the boar? Are you boiling it? Coal fire?
I was planning on smoking it.
You only have like 2.5 hours.
I was just thinking. Then yeah, let's go with just like I look. This is just a good idea. I'm not a culinary guy. I don't know too much about this stuff, so I'm gonna go with
boiling would probably be the fastest way to cook it without an electric stove.
Hey, did we get an electric stove or no? I mean, I'm not complaining.
No.
It's probably a wood stone stove. A stone stove that's fired by fire.
Yeah, stone framed wood stove.
Yes, a stone framed wood stove.
So I'll wind up boiling it. Like, I'll need some stuff to put in the boil. Just like
and you're also
mushrooms.
you're gonna need
like mushrooms. You know? Huh?
You're also gonna need firewood.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna ask. Like, if that stuff came with firewood or something. If the kitchen came with firewood.
You can buy some firewood.
Oh, I was just gonna go down. So I have 2 hand axes. I was just gonna go down and chop a tree real quick. Not like a big tree, but like something. Like, I see like a small apple tree or something, and knock it down, you know, or whatever is local that would have a good burning smell or aroma in the area. Yeah.
I don't necessarily know if 2 hand axes are the best tools to be chopping firewood.
Bro, I'm just thinking, bro. Okay, hold on. What spells do I have?
I know.
Oh, you know what? Okay, I'll go over to a wood, like a wood shop or whatever, like wherever to get wood, like a mill or something. I got an idea.
I mean, they probably have firewood at the same general store. If you just want to walk in behind Gerald, just like.
Okay, fine. I'll go in. Okay, fine. I'll go in there with Gerald.
Like, hello, I'm another weirdo.
Yes. Wow. Okay. So I asked for however much firewood I would need.
So, let's say it costs 2 silver, because that's how much it costs to hire an unskilled laborer for a day.
Oh, did we ever actually figure out how much money I have as like a person? Or do you guys really
as a
keep
film
track?
merchant, you start with 10 gold.
So I got 10 gold.
Yes.
And so 10 gold. What
You
else?
gave 2 of that to Gerald.
So I have 8 gold. Do you have any silver?
I mean, so 10 silver is equal to 1 gold.
Oh, so it's just I have.
So you effectively have 80 silver pieces, which is the same as saying 800 copper pieces.
Okay. So the guy says it's 2 silver, right?
Yes.
For free, or to give it to me as like a discount for the cook-off.
Okay. He has to make a wisdom saving throw.
Say that again.
Which he definitely succeeded.
Oh no. Dude, I didn't even roll yet. Wait, so I do have to roll for that?
No, he has to make a saving throw.
Oh, okay. Okay, well. And I only have one of those, correct? I'm not gonna try it again.
Yeah, so he also knows that you tried to charm him and says, "Were you attempting to use magic on me?"
I say,
I felt that you were trying to soothe my emotion.
No, I'm just trying to make friends.
Did Geralt end up going in with him? Or...
That's up to you.
Oh god.
I mean,
I walked in behind him, but like we went different ways in the market.
I mean, I imagine you might have passed each
technically
other.
Yeah, I think
Were
like
you
we're
into
in
the
the
whole-
same room, like, but
because Geralt stormed. So when Geralt stormed out, were you still in there, or?
Well, I imagine that Gerald stormed out, and
I
then
kinda
Gordon walked right at him.
yeah. So it was like you went out, I went in.
Oh, okay. Then Geralt probably
Yeah.
didn't feel like going back in.
Okay, good. That would have been so. What would have done? What were you about to do?
I was gonna use some magic for.
The killing guy.
Oh,
Oh.
not the kill.
So yeah, this guy's angry with you and wants you to leave his establishment.
So I say, wait. Oh man. So I'm like, well, sir, please. I'm gonna beat this guy in a cooking contest, and then I will be the best chef in this entire town. Is there? Can I please buy some wood off of you?
Very well. Like I said, 4 gold for the firewood you need, then leave. I'm sorry, 4 silver for the firewood you need.
I say 3 or like 4.
Yeah, this guy seems really upset with you. 5 silver pieces, like we agreed.
I like throw it at him.
Communicating adventurers.
And then take the wood and leave.
Man, this guy's not having a good day.
I want him to think I hate you as I leave. I want this guy to be like, I want to quit.
It's his store.
Exactly. That's the whole point. I want him to be like, I hate my life.
Oh my god. Geralt was gonna play some trickery because he saw him go in, and so Geralt like peeked his head in like a little bit just to eavesdrop. But since you decided to make him more upset, Geralt decided against like pulling some foolishness.
So, are you like asking me like, hey, do you want to go in there and mess with him?
I was going to, but he got man upset enough.
Oh, calling him a broke bitch probably wasn't the best idea.
It was quite amusing.
Respect gained.
But yeah, so I guess you're able to get back over to your setup. Meanwhile, the professional chef dude, he's like being all fancy, adding seasonings to his. He seems to be cooking something over an elaborate coal fire.
Okay, so I'm gonna try some sneaky stuff. All right. So I am little, right? So that means I'm like really good at sneaking and like stuff, right? I knew I should have got past without trace. I knew I should have picked up past without trace.
You do have a high dex.
So while he's cooking, right? Is he cooking in the middle of the open in front of an audience?
Yes, he's being very flashy about it.
I personally think that like this guy being such a big cook would probably have his own food carriage.
Yeah,
He probably has like a like a window that opens up on the front that he can give food out and interact with people.
Yeah, you actually see he basically has like a setup with like a wagon where he has all of his supplies, and then like it's almost like he put up almost just like decorative walls, almost to like represent that this is his kitchen that he just carries with him. It's almost like a
Okay. So
it's like a traveling pageant
like a
or
food-
whatever,
it's
or
like a
like
food truck,
magician
but-
that goes from town to town. That like they've practiced setting up their show so many times. He's got all that.
okay. So like, first quick question. Did I have? So I have. Oh, I do have poison spray. Okay. So it would be a not good idea to conjure a fog cloud and then try and sneak into where he is cooking and poison spray his food.
Yeah, that
No.
wouldn't be a good idea.
Unless you doubt your cooking skills that badly.
Yeah. Okay. You know what? You're right. You're right. I will beat him fair and square. I'll beat him fair and square.
I mean, if you were truly a fan of the Stone
Excuse me?
Movers,
Unless you were truly a fan of the Stone Movers.
you would
What?
know Geralt's pretty
Man
good
of
at
mischief.
cheating.
You're
Actually, no,
also-
he's probably not that good at cheating sometimes. But
I mean, then again, you are very into a big gambling debt.
but he
Okay.
is sneaky, and he has a certain.
How about
You've only
this?
done it like once,
that.
wasn't it?
So, Drew, if I conjure up a fog cloud, right? Can I also like make it go away, or does it have to kind of like go?
Well,
Away
I mean,
over
it's
time.
basically just an immediate attack spell.
It's an attack
Like
spell.
it hits a
So
target and then dissipates.
okay, so in a sense, could I do fog cloud on him, run over there, and pull his pants down, and then the fog cloud would go away?
Okay, wait. So, are you asking about poison spray or fog cloud?
No, my bad. Fog cloud. Fog.
Yeah, so you could definitely make a fog cloud to mess with him.
Yeah. Okay. You know what? I'll do that. I'll conjure up. Like, I'll put up a little fog cloud near his stuff.
You know, wouldn't it be a better investment of your time to better yourself instead of making other people look bad?
I've been hanging out with Geralt for a while.
Fair point.
I said, hey, Geralt, watch this. Fog cloud. Boom. Right on. Right.
Yeah,
right,
just like
right.
mild panic breaks out over there. Make a stealth check with advantage.
Okay. My stealth modifier.
+3.
I got a 13. Oh no. That is not good.
Amazingly, you managed to flip over in this fog and pull his pants down.
Yes! Oh!
And put his apron over his head.
Oh, right.
Oh no. He's doing things.
Most of it is you need to figure out how long the spell lasts for.
I think it should be. It might be
It lasts for up to an hour.
with concentration. Or without.
Where did he go?
Because if it's with concentration, that may make it go away at any time, right?
Yes, concentration up to an hour.
So that means that I can also make it go away whenever I want it to.
Correct.
So in that case, I will I go over there, I pant him, flip his apron over his head, and then run away. And then take the fog off. Or the opposite of conjure, whatever that would be.
Yeah, you just dismissed the fog cloud.
Dismiss, thank you. I was about to say exercise. But that definitely wasn't the right word.
So yeah, that just happened.
Bingo. And now we're going back to cooking.
Yep. So you've got the seasonings and you got the pork, and you said you were going to try to boil it.
Yep.
Yeah. We'll say that basically just as for the competition, they were able to provide you with a large enough pot and some water to boil.
I thought that came with the kitchen.
Well, the water.
That was. Oh.
So yeah, go ahead and make another cooking check.
With advantage? Oh, I got that.
Well, is anyone helping? Oh, okay.
You got that 20, though.
So yeah, with full confidence, knowing about the little prank you just pulled, I was about to call it childish until I remembered your character actually is a child. You're just expertly throwing ingredients together in the pot with like just the right amount of water in there. It starts to cook together, and it's smelling pretty good so far.
Bro, out of all the times they get in that 20, I'm so proud of this. Okay, so I'm feeling pretty good about myself. What's up?
Did Geralt and Earthmover ever make that salt?
Not yet.
I need that. I'm gonna need that salt, guys.
Yeah, and like you're tasting this stew you're making. You're like, man, this is really missing salt.
Like, this is missing something. I wonder what it is. I think it's salt. Hey, is there any way that somebody could, I don't know, conjure up some salt?
Yeah, it's either we magically produce salt out of thin air, or I have to go talk to that general goods store. I don't want to go back there.
Yeah. We don't want to go back there. Okay. So who has to make it again? I'm sorry.
Geralt and Earthmover will have to work together for that.
Is this something that does not happen very often?
No, this is literally the first time anything like this has ever been attempted.
Yeah.
Let's go.
So Worm and G Money making salt.
I love this.
Okay, so I'm gonna do this.
I just figured we would expend charges and see what happens.
Okay, but like in character, like what are you guys doing with your gems? Are you like smashing them
Touch
together,
gems, yeah.
running them at each other?
You touch gems.
We're getting our prize jewels to touch is what we're doing.
So I guess Geralt takes his staff and like
Just start channeling magical energy.
not like in my head. Geralt's like he's summoning water, and like as he's summoning water, he's like hitting Earthmover's hammer, something like that.
Yeah, I just want the salt part. Trying to get elemental earth rock
Yeah,
salt.
What are you trying to do?
So yeah, you guys swing them together, and I'm gonna need both of you to. Michael, go ahead and roll plus your spellcasting modifier, and I guess Andreas roll plus your alchemy.
I got a 17.
15.
Were you guys just doing this directly over the pot, just like, let's hope for the best?
No.
I was
think
thinking we were doing this over like some side hand to get our stuff.
I definitely wouldn't have allowed that.
So yeah, your magical staff playing together with like a clap of thunder, and just pouring out from it is just this pile of sea salt, and like you can like smell the ocean for a moment.
Now, is this pile of sea salt like 20 pounds of sea salt, or is it just like a pound?
It's 1 pound of sea salt.
Good lord.
1 pound. Oh, man.
Oceanic rock salt.
Yeah.
I look at you guys and I say, that's it. thank you so much. This is perfect. And then I take it and I like eat like I put a pinch and like and I put it in my mouth and then like my eyes start glowing and I'm like going insane sicko mode trying to like make this food. So can I be something, you know, like where I like have like a special power or something where like I eat a pinch of salt and then go absolutely apeshit? Or is that too far-fetched for this?
Wait, well, if you want, you can multi-class into barbarian and do that. Just say that your rages are triggered whenever you eat raw salt.
Whenever I eat salt? Okay. I would only ever use it while cooking. Unless, like, actually...
yeah,
actually,
if you want, we can
we'll,
just sort of say that, like, that's the way we flavor it. You just enter into, like, this, like, Super Saiyan mode, just like...
We can do that at a different time. Yeah, but I think for this one, we'll say that for, like, a different night. But, yeah, so I start cooking again. Do I have to pass any more checks? Or what time is it at this point?
Let's see now. It's probably about 11:30 at this point. And Sitch, do you want to check on your bottle of wine? I think Chris left the room. But yeah.
All right, when he comes back, we'll check the wine. Excuse me.
And yeah, and by the way, the other guy, Bobby, he's like giving out some free samples to people, and like he walks over to you and says, hello, son. I see you've got your own little setup here.
I look to him and I say, oh, that's pretty Mickey Mouse over there. And then I like look over him and it's like, wow, that setup's pretty Mickey Mouse over there. Sorry, there's a dog over in the other yard. You can hear it.
He just looks at you and says, are you implying that I would allow mice in my kitchen?
No, it just looks pretty childish coming from a 12-year-old.
Well, don't worry. I'm sure that what you made is acceptable. And he kind of pats you on the shoulder as he walks off.
I said, I like mumbled to my brother, like, I can't believe that guy was my idol.
Okay, Chris.
Oh, you know what? Right before I say that, I asked Mike. I'm like, "You like this guy? Like, how do you like? Dang, that's crazy. I'm surprised you know this guy."
Oh yeah. I've totally heard of him before.
Can you do another perception check? Or like,
yeah, go ahead and roll deception again. Why are you lying about this exactly?
I think it's kind of funny.
Because
I mean, so
it was just to mess with him at first, but like at this point, he was just trying to keep up the lie. Yeah,
Chris,
that's a 21.
Jesus.
What?
Like, oh, okay.
Make an insight check.
Me?
Me. I have to make an insight check. Oh, I got a 3.
Yeah. You get the feeling that maybe like maybe Joe
like
has
they went to like high school together or something. Chris, where are you standing with your wine?
How long has it been since I've done it?
So we split up at 9:30. It's now 11:30. It's been 2 hours.
It should be fine now, because all I needed was an hour. Actually, can we jump back in time to like about an hour ago?
Yeah,
we're gonna Quentin Tarantino this movie.
All right, so I come back to the gallon of berries. I check on it. I open it. Actually, I tap my Thanatos gem on it one more time, and then open it.
So yeah, if you're checking, it seems to be about half liquefied at this point. Do you want to open it up?
Yeah, I'll open it up.
Yeah, it smells like a combination of wine and rotting fruit.
Wine and rotting fruit?
Yes, but remember, it's only half liquefied, so who knows what will happen next.
Well, I squish the berries one more time.
Wait, so this is in like a glass bottle, right?
Actually, yeah, that's true. Wait, how am I supposed? How would I have gotten the fruits in there if I would have just squeezed it, right?
Yeah, I imagine you just sort of like crushed them one by one and dropped them in the bottle.
Yeah, so then it
That would have taken an
juice.
hour by itself.
Yeah.
An hour sped up by the Thanatos gem.
Oh yeah, you have the thing.
More so sped up, but maybe that crushing part was more sped up by your monkness. But yeah. So we'll just say that like at that point, with like 1 hour remaining, you had checked it and you're like, oh man, I don't think this is going to be ready in time.
What do you mean?
That's the general vibe you get. Like it's still liquefying. Who knows when it will be ready?
Can I try to use the Thanatos gem, another charge of it, to try and make it go faster and make it on time?
You can try.
I roll a d20. I rolled a 1, but I'm lucky.
Oh my gosh, I was about to cry.
What would I even add to this?
You would add your spellcasting modifier,
which is in Dex
+3.
Charisma. That's how is a 19?
Yeah, with the 19, it seems to glow a little bit and it starts to bubble on the inside. And we'll check back in on that in a little bit.
All right, now we skip an hour again.
Yes. Does anyone else want to do anything? Like the competition is like it's like nearing to a close. Like some judges are being selected to taste the food.
I'm like kind of putting the finishing touches up on everything.
Yeah, make a final cooking check.
Come on, please be good. So, do I have advantage or no?
Is is anyone helping you?
They're kind of like passing me things.
Yeah, is it?
That sounds right.
Okay, so yeah in that case, since they're taking the help action, you can have advantage.
Sweet. That's all right. Here we go. Got a 7, but plus what exactly?
Plus 6 overall.
So 13.
Yeah, like with this, it leaves you feeling really uncertain. Like you don't know how well this is going to contend. Like you think it's good, but is it good enough to match the other guy?
Okay, so like maybe like if I would have got the spices and I like glare it. Get rolled or something like that. Yeah, okay.
And then the main bugbear, he sort of calls everyone to attention. And yes, today is a very special day, for we're celebrating being visited by the Stone Movers, who have decided to challenge our esteemed guest to a cooking competition. Now, what's important is that we're all gathered here together to appreciate these things in life. And we wouldn't really be here today if it weren't for the great efforts of Thitch and Earthmover. They helped to clean up this town from the vagrants that had once controlled it, and were able to give us a jump start on our finances. So, let's get to the food then.
Okay. I say age before beauty over to Bobby, to Robert.
And he walks over to you, sort of like it claps you on the back and says, yes, isn't he such a great joker? And then he whispers to you, I mean, we should probably have them at least taste something good first.
I look over at him and I say, you're the reason my mom's dead.
Do you have the slightest idea how little that narrows it down?
Wait.
I just want him to know this. I just want him to know it. I just want him to be like, hey, you're the reason why my mom's dead.
Yeah, he just doesn't know how to respond to that, just like...
So imagine if some random kid came up to you, challenged you at what you're best at, and then said, my mom's dead because of you.
And so, yeah, this guy, he actually prepared, like, this fancy beef stew. Does anyone want to try it?
I do not. Because, actually, I'm going to... I'm gonna ask for a bowl, but then use detect magic on it. Like, oh man, so with the detect magic, that just like tells you if there's magic in it, right?
Yeah, there's some various traces of magic, like like his various utensils. Those are definitely charmed in some way, and and you are getting hints of illusion coming from the stew itself.
Okay. And okay, I was like, okay, just as I thought. I do not eat it. I do not eat it.
Okay. Anyone else want some of the free beef stew?
Geralt will take some.
Yeah, it's a pretty good stew. Like, you would almost say it might have a magical quality to it.
I tell him that. I'm like, hey, something's going on with the stew, man. It seems to be filled with lies.
You do have a spell that allows you to detect magic.
I know, I already did it.
Oh, you did? Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Appreciate that. Yeah.
So,
no, but like,
Chris, it's time. Do you want to check on the blueberry wine?
You're muted, bud.
Wait, say what?
So it's go time. You ready to check the wine?
Yes.
Okay. So yeah, you're able to pop that top back off, and honestly, it smells really good. It smells like a delectable blueberry wine.
Did you get my message, DM?
Yes.
Awesome.
I don't like that.
And I presume that you tried some of Gordon's pork stew, right?
Gordon is me.
Oh, yes, of course.
Yes. And, you get the feeling that this wine would pair very well with this stew. And so basically, this is the scene I'm trying to draw. It's like, it seems like this is going to be like a landslide victory for the other guy. And Thitch is like, wait, I found the missing piece.
Would I be, in my extensive knowledge of culinary food, would I raise an eyebrow, or like would I raise question to this idea?
To pairing wine with pork?
Well, yeah, or just like hey, is this actually good, or is this actually bad?
Well, like I'm saying, drink it on the side, not pour it in.
No, okay, yeah. Okay.
And let's see what the young Gordon has prepared. The pompous chef walks over. And what is this that you've made? So you've copied my idea of stew.
I say, don't worry about it, mom killer, and then just walk to the judges, and I hand them all a bowl.
Huh. I suppose it would be too much to ask that I can sample your food.
I'm a little shocked by what he said.
Yeah.
Whoa, did I call him my mom killer?
Yeah.
Oh, so my mom killed herself because I wasn't good enough, but I was trying to be like Bobby, right? You remember this from last week?
Yeah,
so,
I remember that.
So when this Bobby guy came up to me and was being rude, I said, "You're the reason why my mom's dead." And like, that's what I said to him. So I said,
God.
Yeah.
Okay. Continuing on.
Yeah.
But do you give him some food as well?
I say you're not worth it. I say you're not worth it. Go ask somebody for their seconds while I'm passing this out to somebody else. Drew, I hope you're prepared to do this for every single...
Oh, don't worry. I actually have something ready. So, the chefs, they're tasting it like, oh, yes, this is good pork stew, good wine. It doesn't match up with the beef stew.
Is Chris gonna come in here like Shrek in the movie Shrek during the wedding? And he's like, I object. Or like, wait, there's more. Or
That's
is it gonna be like, yeah, like, what are you doing, Chris?
Well, I do it right before the judges can taste. Hold on! Mr. Flay is forgetting something. I grab them. What, do they have glasses on?
I am? They all whip out their own glasses. All of them at the exact same time. All whip out
I
their
then
stacks.
start pouring them this, whatever it is.
Am I like in the dark about this? Like,
Yes,
do I know this
just
is
like
going
at
on?
the
Okay.
last-
Also, just so you know, I did take. Well, can I roll to check the wine before?
Honestly, I think it's funnier if you don't.
All
You
right.
just smell it, you're just
Oh,
like, yeah,
man.
that's good. Ah.
It's good for an
So
alcoholic.
So I don't say anything to this, and I wait for their reactions to it.
They all keel over No. They really seem to enjoy it. They're like, huh, this wine is some of the best wine I've ever had. And it pairs so well with this pork.
Okay, yes, he is with me. Yes.
Yes.
Yes, he is with me. After seeing that it's a good result.
And I look over at Bobby, and I just stare him down while they're complimenting my food.
You know what?
Like,
This is preposterous. I bet you paid those judges off. I doubt it tastes that good.
Oh.
I said, go and have some of their leftovers.
And he walks over to a judge and just starts and he's like, may I? Oh, yes. I think everyone should get to try this. And like,
What do
he
you-
starts eating it, and as long as we're doing animated movie references, it's like the critic in Ratatouille, you know, from the movie Ratatouille.
yeah, he like has a childhood flashback.
Anton von Ego. No,
Exactly.
there's not a Von. I think it's just Anton Ego.
Yeah, and he's
You
sipping
know
wine,
his
like,
name off block.
Let me see. Yeah, it's not a Von. It's just Anton Ego.
Anton Ego, yeah.
and he
Yeah,
just
this
starts
man has
shaking
a-
like, oh, son, I am so sorry I spoke down to you. You are a prodigy.
I say, beg for forgiveness.
Oh,
Beg.
oh, please, leave me at least my remaining pride, but perhaps I can give you something of value. And he reaches into his pocket
I
and he
stopped
pulls out
him
an emblem.
First, okay, I stop him first. I said, first get on your knees.
What?
I said, get on your knees.
Okay.
Be a
And he
human
takes a
bench.
knee.
So I stand on top of his shoulders and I say, "Is this not the best chef in this town?" And like I proclaim my story to everybody, and how my mom killed herself, and then I say, "I exist because I let you, Bobby," and then I get off his shoulders.
Yes. And he actually
And
takes
then
an
I say-
emblem out from his pocket and hands it to you.
Okay, so what is an album? Sorry, I'm still kind of ill-informed.
You know, an emblem. It's like a solid icon thing. I'll come up with the design for it later. And he gives it to you and says, I am labeled as one of the great chefs of the region, and as such, it is my duty to find other prominent up-and-coming chefs and recognize their ability. We are each
Holy shit.
told to fashion an emblem in our own design that we can give out to those we deem worthy, and I want you to take it. So basically, he's giving you a Pokemon gym badge.
Oh my gosh.
Yes. You know, it is,
Alright, go ahead.
according to our tradition, when you're able to collect enough of these together, it will be able to form together to a map that can lead you past this world into a realm of the chef's dream.
Oh my god. I look at him and I say, get up.
He's already standing.
Okay. I guess I tell him to come down to where he's like eye level with me. I
Yeah.
grab him by the neck and I say, I looked up to you my entire life. So much. And now that I realize you're a bag of shit, I'm gonna do everything in my power to get to the chef's paradise.
Yeah.
And
So basically, this is.
Smear your name in poop on the walls.
Oh. So basically, this will be a, I guess, sort of series of side quests that you can do that will eventually lead you guys to be able to get another planar gem.
So this
that way,
is
you know,
so,
it's not all just combat.
okay. I can respect it. So this is potentially me just trying to get to, or trying to reach chef's versions, a chef's ideologies of enlightenment.
Yeah, pretty much just to transcend the planes. Oh no, more like a chef's Asgard or Valhalla.
Okay.
Right?
Valhalla would be.
But yes, now that you've done this quest to be the best, like no one ever was, to cook them is your real test, and to
cook
serve
cook
is
them.
To cook them.
To best them is your real test.
But anyway, I think that's going to be a good place to call this session. So until next time, I've been your host and Dungeon Master, Drew, being joined by
Earthmover.
And
Bitch. And
Geralt.
And
Gordon Flay, supreme chef ruler of them all.
Okay, dude, you've got one gym badge. You're not the Pokemon Master yet.